Quick, before the video begins, join the Discord. My FPS game about bananas launches today at 8 p.m. EST. See you there. Hello everyone, welcome back to ROBLOX Studio Scripting. In the last video I said we were going to be going over loops, however I think we should learn tables before we do though. So, open up your script. The way you declare a table is the same way as declaring another variable. And we can't use table, the name, because that's used by the actual ROBLOX system. It's taken, so we're going to use array, because arrays are basically the default type of table. And then you're going to use curly brackets. And now you can put any number of values into this. 16, we'll have a string, and then we'll have an object. Right? Just like variables, they can be anything, and it can store as many pieces of data as you can fit on your screen, basically. Pro tip, you don't have to write it left to right. You can also go top to bottom. And I like to write long ones like that, because then you can just collapse them. Right, so we have an array, and we have 3 values in here. Say we want to get one of these values, right? We want to print one of them. Well, the way we go about that is we use its name, we take its name, then we do square brackets. And what do we put in these square brackets? Well, we're going to put the index number of the value we want to get. Now, the index value of the value goes from 1 and above. So 1, 2, 3. 16 is 1, I is 2, base plate is 3, right? This is unlike other programming languages, which start arrays at 0, or index values at 0. In Lua, it's 1 and up. So say we want to print high, we're going to print array 2. And we're going to get high. Now if I go and I print 1, we're going to get 16. Now, let's go over this table key name that we couldn't use earlier to name our table. It actually is a list of functions provided by ROBLOX, and we're going to go over insert, remove, create, and find. There are a few others, but they're a bit more complex, and you don't really need them that often unless you run into a niche case. If you do, though, I encourage you to look at the documentation or experiment on your own. So, table.insert is a function that will take one value, 2 parameters, one of them being the table and the other being the value. And it's basically going to add that value that you provide to the end of the table. So if you do table.insert array, comma space, yo, right? Now if we print array 4, now, because it'll give the index, it'll just add it to the very end. It won't add it to the beginning or the middle, it'll add it to the end. So it should print yo. If you tried to do that before, it's probably going to throw an error. Yeah. Doesn't exist. You added it, so now it does exist. Print yo. Okay. So the next one, table.remove, will remove the not the value. You don't provide a value. This time, you're going to provide the index number of the value. So say I wanted to remove 16 from the array, I'm going to give it 1, right? Well, I didn't give it anything to print. So if I give it print array 1, since it's going to remove the first one, everything else is going to shift up. So high will become 1, and then the base plate will become 2. Yeah. So when you remove, it'll just shift everything up in the list. Okay, next one, table.create. This one is going to create a table. It's going to create a table. So if I said local new table equals table.create, then I can refer to this table later, right? Print new table, excuse me, not new proxy, new table, 1, right? And it's going to be the number of things, right? In this array, in this table, we have 3. Say we want to create one with 4, and then you're going to provide the value that all of those should be, right? So we're going to give it 8. So we print new table, we're going to get 8, right? And if you're confused about how we can assign a variable to a function, I'll go over that later. It's something called returning, and that's a bit more high level. So, next. Okay, so table.find will provide the index number of the value that you're trying to find within the table. So first things first, we're going to add the table. Oh, not that. Array. And then we're going to try and see if there's I. There is, we know, but say you didn't have access to the array. If we print the number, we're going to get 2 because that's the index value of the needle we're trying to find in the haystack. Right, we get 2. Now, some things to go over before we move on. And to recap, if you have an array or a table, you do square brackets, index number, and this is the value of whatever's in that index. If you want to get the number of items within an array, you do hashtag the name of the array, and this will return the number of items within it. I think that's about it, right? Let's move on to dictionaries, right? Same thing. Dictionary is also a table like an array is a table, except instead of having index numbers like an array does, they have keys, right? So we're going to have a key. I'm going to call it key because that's simple, and we're going to give it a value, 9, right? And then to access this value, we're going to do the name of the dictionary dot key, right? This is something I like to do when working with player data, right? 9, because we can just do something's health. I don't know. Give it 100. And if we try and find health, we're going to get 100. And you can continue to add stuff like, I don't know, we'll add ammo equals 80. And then we print dictionary.ammo. Get 100, then we'll get 80. Right? Very good. Very nice. But say we want to add something to this dictionary. Now, that's actually more simple than just inserting, like an array. You do dictionary, the name of the dictionary, dot, the key you want to add. We'll name it, I don't know, H. I don't know why. Equals the value, 90. And it'll add another one, like this, automatically. It'll add that. Oh, we didn't print it. Sorry. Now, and then you print H. Print dictionary.h. Right, 90. And if you want to edit one of these, same thing. you do health equals 90, right? So it starts at 100, we edit it, equals 90. You can also do this with an array, right? If we had an array and we had 100, comma space 90, comma space I, right? And we wanted to change the second one to an object, right? I could just do array 2, because this returns this value, equals game dot workspace dot baseplate. And then if I print array 2, it's going to print baseplate, right? So that's dictionaries and arrays. Again, there are more functions provided by table. If you want to look at those, go ahead and head to the official documentation over at roblox.create. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Tell me what I can do better. I'm trying to learn, just like you. And take care. Have a good one.